Chapter 109, Truly Embarrassing. The appearance of more than 3,000 demons shocked the world. With the skies above the imperial capital as the epicenter, boundless and bone-chilling demonic energy pervaded everything in a radius of tens of thousands of miles. The common people became anxious and scared. Fortunately, no demons had descended so far. Otherwise, the imperial capital would surely be plunged into complete chaos. One demon after another appeared, bringing with them their sinister demonic auras surrounding their bodies. No one knew where these demons had come from. All they knew was that once these demons appeared above the imperial capital, the group of demons frantically absorbed the spiritual energy in the air. As spiritual energy entered their bodies, their strength started to increase. The feeling of having their bodies rejuvenated by the vibrant spiritual energy caused their former arrogance to return. Some violent demons looked maliciously at some of the people in the imperial capital. A cold voice came from one of the cocoons made out of demonic energy. Let's join forces and slaughter everyone in this imperial capital together. The blood of these people that have lived most of their lives in this brand new era will surely nourish us all. But once his voice fell, the look on the faces of the other demons changed as they warily looked in the direction of the cold palace. Under the cover of the darkness, they could vaguely see the cold and aloof back of someone familiar. He possessed a tall and straight stature. His waist was willowy, comparable to that of a woman's, which gave him grace that could compete against nobility. His broad shoulders, on the other hand, gave off a sense of infinite strength. He was none other than Lin Jufeng. He was a true monster of this era. He was still there. But despite his presence, a few demons that have already recovered their strength were tempted. However, most of them remained unmoving. In fact, they even pulled away from those that had thoughts of attacking the imperial capital. The cold voice saw the lukewarm response of the others and persuaded. We're all at the Grotto Heaven realm. Some of us who are more powerful are already close to making a breakthrough into the next realm. In addition, with more than 3,000 of us working together. Do you really think that we won't be able to defeat him? The cold voice came from a demon that had the form of a poisonous snake. As his true body depicted, he was narrow-minded and had a generally awful temper. After being suppressed by Lin Jufeng for so long, he had long harbored intense resentment against the former in his heart. Now, he was encouraging everyone to deal with Lin Jufeng together. Some demons were tempted. They looked left and right, wanting to see how many people responded to this suggestion. But they discovered that there were very few people who responded. The others turned a deaf ear to this suggestion. They diligently absorbed the spiritual energy and distanced themselves from the snake demon. Why don't you guys agree? We are powerful demons from the previous era. How can we be humiliated like this by someone from this era without taking revenge? The poisonous snake demon questioned everyone. He was annoyed and furious by their response. Why wouldn't they deal with Lin Jufeng along with him? They were already free, why would they not show off their might as the demons that once terrified the world? No matter how powerful Lin Jufeng was, he was just one person. There were more than 3,000 of them here. Surely, it was possible to kill Lin Jufeng, right? You should have taken a look at that cold palace first before you said those words. You were already in his sights. A demon with a rather humongous body coldly stated. The poisonous snake demon was alarmed. He lowered his head and met Lin Jufeng's indifferent gaze. When Lin Jufeng heard his words all the way from the cold palace, the former merely sneered. He lifted his head, and the moment their eyes met in midair, a strong killing intent burst from Lin Jufeng's eyes. Boom! Lin Jufeng glared at the poisonous snake demon. His killing intent burst forth and instantly charged forward. In a blink of an eye, his killing intent materialized and appeared before the poisonous snake demon. Then, it became as sharp as a blade as it slashed down. Pooh! The poisonous snake demon's head was chopped off. His body fell and crashed onto the streets of the imperial capital. Boom! The ground on that particular street in the imperial capital trembled. Not long after, the poisonous snake demon reverted into his true form. A poisonous python, dozens of meters long, appeared. But its head was severed. No matter how one looked at this scene, the python was obviously dead. The hearts of everyone trembled. The common people who saw this scene were instantly worried that the demons were fighting against each other. Even Emperor De and Princess Yulin were worried that the capital might be affected. If such a large number of Grotto Heaven realm experts fought against each other, the imperial capital would surely be destroyed in the process. But contrary to the thoughts of the others, the demons were more worried about whether they had revealed their thoughts to Lin Jufeng earlier. Would he attack them too? Lin Jufeng stood motionless in the cold palace. He had only taken a glance at the poisonous snake demon, and the latter immediately died. To be honest, the demons were frightened silly by what they had witnessed. It was only at this moment that the demons truly believed that Lin Jufeng was already a supremacy realm expert. How else could he easily kill an existence at the Grotto Heaven realm? Fortunately, Lin Jufeng didn't make any other move. Instead, he stated indifferently, "Since you lot already have your freedom, don't stay here anymore. Disperse, or else, I will seal you all in that demon's den once more." With these words, every demon that was still in the middle of absorbing the spiritual energy in the air immediately dispersed. They actually scattered and ran like dogs. None of them wanted to be sealed in that demon's den once more. Being suppressed like that and reared like livestock truly was too much. In their eyes, the current Lin Jufeng was a great demon king who was even more terrifying than demons like them. The moonlight returned to the imperial capital. It gradually scattered the demonic aura lingering in the air after the demon's departure. Like a cloak, moonlight draped over Lin Jufeng's body. Lin Jufeng watched as the surging demonic aura in the sky dissipated. With the disappearance of the arrogant demons, Lin Jufeng mumbled in satisfaction. They're finally gone. The demon's den is a problem no more. The demon's den in the cold palace was no longer useful to Lin Jufeng. Keeping them there would instead prevent him from exploring the land of extreme negative energy. As a result, Lin Jufeng was more than happy to see them disappear. After tonight's events, the world would surely change. Everyone's attention would inevitably shift onto the demons. No one would pay attention to him anymore, the so-called guardian or guardian deity of the Yuha god dynasty. He could explore the land of extreme negative energy with a peace of mind. Then, he could also continue his daily routine in silence. Wasn't that enough of a pleasant surprise? He killed a demon with ulterior motives, and he killed the latter with indescribable methods at that. Surely, that move of his had sufficiently scared the demons. If they wanted to act on some kind of an evil plan in the future, they would have to carefully consider Lin Jufeng's existence. "They are all gone now," the white cat said. "So be it, I was going to let them go anyway. The demon's den and the underground place have no use staying underground anymore. I'll handle them next," Lin Jufeng indifferently replied. He directly threw himself into his next tasks. He didn't care about the outside world at all. Yes, he didn't care, but someone was currently feeling vexed. Sect leader Luo Yu watched the unfolding situation with rapt attention. When he saw the 3,000+ demons coming out all together, his heart went cold. He directly declared the imperial capital's destruction. But what happened next completely went against his imagination. The demons seemed to have fallen out with each other. They killed their comrade, a demon in the form of a poisonous snake, before collectively running away. The way they escaped looked awfully similar to a human that had just seen a ghost in broad daylight. In an instant, the demons vanished without a trace. The surging demonic aura in the air above the imperial capital also soon disappeared. The scene stunned sect leader Luo Yu. They left just like that. Aren't they going to destroy the imperial capital? Aren't they all demons? They actually didn't kill any common people at all, nor destroy any building. But instead, they left directly. Sect leader Luo Yu's eyes widened. He confidently stated earlier that the demons would surely destroy the imperial capital. Now that they had left just like that, it truly was embarrassing. The demons' escape from the imperial capital of the Yuha god dynasty was indeed out of everyone's expectations. Especially when more than 3,000 demons fled together. It was a truly shocking scene. Originally, when the poisonous snake demon was killed, everyone thought that the demons were about to start fighting with each other amidst internal strife. If that happened, then the Yuha god dynasty would definitely be in danger. Sect leader Luo Yu also expected this to happen. He confidently predicted that the imperial capital would be destroyed before daybreak. But the result was far beyond his or everyone's expectations. The demons fled in panic. It seemed that there was a terrifying existence in the imperial capital that scared them. What kind of existence was in the imperial capital? Sect leader Luo Yu hesitated. It can't be that guardian deity of the Yuha god dynasty, right? It couldn't be him, right? That was impossible. Although he was powerful, he couldn't possibly handle more than 3,000 demons all by himself. It shouldn't be him. It must not be him. In the end, sect leader Luo Yu couldn't understand why the demons ran away. But it's good that they are gone. Since they didn't destroy the imperial capital, our sect can continue our plans. Sect leader Luo Yu thought about it and was overjoyed with the overall outcome of the events. With the demon's disappearance, the Zenith Heaven Path sect could continue their plans of eventually annexing the Yuha God dynasty. Moreover, there was also the land of extreme negative energy in the imperial capital. They had to find it at all costs. Informed Ming to continue his search. This time, he must be more careful. The demons of that demon's den have already come out and have left. The land of extreme negative energy in the imperial capital should be easy to find without their presence. Let him report immediately once he has found it. Sect leader Luo Yu gave his orders in excitement. The demons in that demon's den had appeared and fled. This meant that the seal on that demon's den built on top of the land of extreme negative energy in the imperial capital was broken. The true land of extremely negative energy beneath that demon's den should be exposed by now. They must find the true land of extreme negative energy that caused the death of their previous sect master. Their war machine must also be in that land, so the Zenith Heaven Path sect must occupy it at all costs. The ambitions of the Zenith Heaven Path sect leader, Luo Yu, were exposed. The reason why he decided to build the sect so close to the imperial capital was to eventually occupy the land of extreme negative energy and claim it as their own. Speaking of the land of extreme negative energy, Lin Jufeng was currently cleaning up the demon's den in the underground palace. The white cat was also there to lend her hand in help. The original demon lord moved this palace here to suppress the demon's den and prevent the demons from within from coming out prematurely into the new era. The demon lord is a very noble man. Although he is on the demon path, he managed to change my opinion of that path altogether. But now, with the seal lifted and the demons released, there is no reason for this underground palace to exist anymore. I'll transfer everything into the cold palace up above. When you are free, you can go and visit it anytime you like. Lin Jufeng said to the white cat. The white cat had once lived in this underground palace for hundreds of years. He needed the white cat's consent before he could move it away. The white cat was rational. She knew that the demon lord had already passed away, and this underground palace was now just a liability. She might as well let Lin Jufeng move it away, so it could serve another purpose. Using his true qi, Lin Jufeng brought the underground palace out and placed it in the cold palace. Taking out the underground palace was a piece of cake for Lin Jufeng, considering how the entire cold palace was already so dilapidated. The pillars have long rotted, with a few huts and houses already reduced to rubble. Using the underground palace as the basis, Lin Jufeng could then somehow restore the cold palace. Rumble. Lin Jufeng gently placed the underground palace in the cold palace. The entrance to the demon's den was already out in the open. Only its entrance was available for viewing, the rest were covered by the underground palace. But after having uprooted the underground palace, the entire demon's den was revealed. It consisted of a winding cave system deep underground. Lin Jufeng looked at the demon's den and began to clean it up. There was no need for the demon's den to exist anymore. The demons had already left. They couldn't take the demon's den with them, so they directly abandoned it. Boom. Lin Jufeng slapped out and struck at the bottom of the demon's den. Boom. 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 The demon's den exploded. Under Lin Jufeng's attack, it split apart and collapsed. The place that more than 3,000 powerful demons had once called home has now been destroyed by Lin Jufeng. Rumble. The destruction of the demon's den directly revealed the land of extreme negative energy beneath it. The true land of extreme negative energy. It has been about 50 years since Lin Jufeng entered the cold palace. He came to know about the land of extreme negative energy from the malevolent ghost of Imperial Consort Jia. Tainted by the tiniest bit of aura from the land of extreme negative energy, Imperial Consort Jia turned into a vengeful spirit. Then came the Chasing Corpse sect. But the Chasing Corpse sect was ignorant of the land of extreme negative energy's true power. They buried the corpse of their ancestor here and then wholeheartedly devoted themselves to exploring the demon lord's underground palace. It wasn't until Lin Jufeng discovered the underground palace that he realized that there was more to the matter. Beneath the underground palace was a huge demon's den. There were more than 3,000 demons inside, all of which were powerful demons from the previous era. Upon discovering them, Lin Jufeng thought that this was the end of the matter. But after 10 years, and after having defeated every demon in that demon's den, he found out that the demon's den was actually built on top of the true land of extreme negative energy. It was a mysterious and indescribable place that had once attracted countless experts to compete for the right to occupy it in the previous era. Countless people fought for it with their lives on the line. But Lin Jufeng reckoned that the land of extreme negative energy that everyone fought for with their lives on the line back then wasn't even the true land of extreme negative energy. It was understandable, however, for the demons had built their demon's den on top of it, burying the true land of extreme negative energy in the process. Now that the demon's den was destroyed by Lin Jufeng, the true land of extreme negative energy was revealed. A wasteland filled with nothing but red was revealed directly in front of Lin Jufeng. Indescribable and terrifying demonic energy rushed out of the wasteland, transforming the scene into the aftermath of a battlefield. The aura that the land itself carried interfered with the minds of others, distorting them, and even changing their personalities. Once a person absorbed too much of this unique demonic energy, he would become stronger, but it meant becoming tainted and obsessed with slaughter. The true land of extremely negative energy truly was a place that permitted no life to exist. The evil aura contained from within it rushed out and instantly filled the cold palace. Countless resentful roars, countless vengeful spirits twisted and roared. Demonic energy spread and it was about to spread outside the cold palace. Once the demonic energy spread into the imperial capital, the common people would instantly turn into demons. They would lose their minds and the dark desire hidden in their hearts would be magnified. The imperial capital would then become a wasteland overnight, just like the true land of extreme negative energy itself. Lin Jufeng saw this scene. He, who was surrounded by demonic energy, wasn't affected at all. With his strong will, it would be strange if he was affected. Facing this scene, he coldly snorted and stomped with his foot onto the ground. Boom! The entire cold palace trembled. Lin Jufeng's terrifying might penetrated every inch of the cold palace. Lin Jufeng's domain as a supremacy emerged. The demonic energy wanted to escape, but it encountered Lin Jufeng's domain and was forced to retreat. It didn't even resist. Go back to where you came from, Lin Jufeng coldly said. He used his domain and forced the demonic energy to retreat into the land of extreme negative energy. The demonic energy that threatened to taint the entire imperial capital was suppressed by Lin Jufeng. It didn't resist at all. More accurately, it could not resist. Lin Jufeng watched indifferently. Both his feet were pressed against the land of extreme negative energy, preventing the demonic energy from escaping. After suppressing the demonic energy, a line of words appeared in front of Lin Jufeng's eyes. Do you want to sign in before the true land of extreme negative energy? Lin Jufeng looked at the sky. In the distant sky, a fiery red light appeared. Soon, the sun would rise. The second day in his exploration had come. Lin Jufeng nodded and said, sign in. Sign in successful. Received light of the homes. A lamp with a jittery flame appeared in front of Lin Jufeng. It was suspended in the air as it silently floated there. A look was enough to understand that there was more than meets the eye when it came to this lamp. It was an oil lamp. But what burned was not animal oil, but the myriad lights from the homes of the common people. The oil lamp had the ability to gather the auras of every mortal in the mortal realm and turn it into some sort of power. The light of the homes might be powerful, but Lin Jufeng didn't find it useful for his daily routine. But he eventually found a way to use the oil lamp. After suppressing the demonic energy in the land of extreme negative energy, Lin Jufeng wasn't in a hurry to go down. Instead, he came to the gates of the cold palace. Seeing the deserted eaves, he stretched out his hand and hung the light of the homes on it. Light of the homes illuminated the gates of the cold palace. At this time when dawn was about to arrive, it dispelled the coldness in front of the gates. Boom! The light of the homes that was hung up immediately suppressed the negative energies beneath the cold palace. Although most of the demonic energy that pervaded the surroundings was suppressed by Lin Jufeng earlier, the tiniest bit still managed to arrive outside. However, if someone observed carefully, they would still be able to notice that tiniest bit of demonic energy. But now, under the illumination of the light of the homes, the tiniest bit of demonic energy disappeared without a trace. The cold palace was still the same cold palace. Lin Jufeng was still the same Lin Jufeng. Despite the constant turmoil of the outside world, Lin Jufeng remained relatively at peace and quiet. Just like the light of the homes that swayed silently from where it hung. The light of the homes that was hung up there wouldn't be extinguished by either wind or rain, and there was no need for Lin Jufeng to top up any animal oil to it. Despite its flame looking so weak, the light from the light of the homes would never disappear. It also didn't need the nourishment of fuel. It represented the light from every single human in the imperial capital. They were its fuel itself. This was also the reason why Lin Jufeng decided to hang the oil lamp here. Carrying it with him would waste its potential. The oil lamp had to be able to look at the world in all of its glory for it to reveal its might. But now, Lin Jufeng didn't even need to do anything. He just hung the light of the homes on the eaves. When the morning sun rose, the light of the homes flickered weakly. There was no need for it to compete with the sun during the day. Lin Jufeng also narrowed his eyes beneath the morning sun and returned to the cold palace. Boom! The main gates of the cold palace closed with a dull sound. But in the very next moment, Deming came over with a compass in his hand. It kept spinning, but he couldn't find anything at all. That's strange. It was pointing to this area just now, but I can't sense anything at all. Could it be that the land of extreme negative energy is still hidden even today? Deming looked around curiously. He discovered the cold palace. It occupied a huge area, and he wanted to go inside to take a look. But when he got close, the light of the homes hanging on the eaves suddenly flickered. The flickering lights caused Deming's spirit to tremble. He stood there in a daze. He seemed to have forgotten that he was here to look for the land of extreme negative energy. After taking a look at his surroundings, he turned around and left in a daze. It has such an effect too. Not bad, not bad. Lin Jufeng saw what had happened and he was pleasantly surprised. He had no idea that the light of the homes had such a function. It truly was a pleasant surprise. The early morning sun scattered the demonic energy from last night. The world was revitalized. The people in the imperial capital also came out of their homes whilst trembling as they discussed what happened last night. Over 3,000 demons appeared right above the imperial capital. The combined demonic aura they exuded was simply terrifying. Fortunately, the demons left in the end and didn't harm the people in the imperial capital. But even so, the common people were still scared stiff by last night's events. On this day, not only the imperial capital, but the whole world came to know about it. More than 3,000 demons, each of whom was a peerless powerhouse thousands of years ago, had emerged into the world. The Grotto Heaven realm was only their starting point. When their spiritual energy in their current realms was abundant enough, they would then be able to directly make a breakthrough into the next realm. Some demons worked hard to absorb the spiritual energy and strive to reach the supremacy realm as soon as possible. This way, they would have some confidence when facing Lin Jufeng. But until then, they had no confidence to face him at all. Last night, Lin Jufeng killed a demon with just a glance. How terrifying was that? It scared them so much that they ran away in a panic. The next morning, they finally came to their senses. What did they run so fast for? As long as they didn't make any mistakes, Lin Jufeng wouldn't kill those who were innocent. Some demons ran to some villages and their wild nature erupted. Their hands were itchy and they wanted to kill a few humans and suck their blood. But before they could do so, Lin Jufeng's looming threat became similar to a longsword that hung in their hearts, ready to pierce it and kill them at a moment's notice. Damn it, what bad luck. I'm a demon, yet now, I even have to think twice about killing mortals. This is just too tragic. A demon cursed angrily and turned around to leave. Despite his words, he still didn't dare to try and cause chaos. Killing the innocent was tantamount to challenging Lin Jufeng. Outsiders might not know how powerful Lin Jufeng was, but how could these demons who had been suppressed by him for 10 years not have an idea as to how powerful he was? If he really angered Lin Jufeng, no one would be able to stop Lin Jufeng from killing him. Hence, this demon spared the mortals in this particular village. Enraged, he entered the forest and killed a few wild beasts. He then devoured their blood to vent his anger. Lin Jufeng, just you wait. When I've reached my peak strength once more, the first thing I will do is go to the imperial capital and kill you, you bastard. The demon violently cursed as he drank the blood of the wild beasts he had just slaughtered. The taste of human blood was hugely different from that of animal blood. But because of Lin Jufeng, he couldn't taste that delectable delight. He felt wronged. But when he thought of Lin Jufeng's terrifying strength, he decided to endure it in the meantime. I should go and recover my strength first. Wait for me and wash your neck, I will definitely slaughter everyone in the imperial capital and drench it with blood. The demon gnashed his teeth and solemnly vowed. Not only him, but the other demons did the same. They wanted to kill, plunder treasures, and vent their anger. But when they thought of Lin Jufeng's boundless might, they all fell silent. None of them managed to successfully overcome their fears and commit such actions that were tantamount to challenging Lin Jufeng. Lin Jufeng, you're too much. The demons roared in unison. They had all left the imperial capital and escaped from Lin Jufeng, but Lin Jufeng's oppression still existed in their hearts. It wasn't just these demons. There were also some that were found by the demonic sects. The latter offered great benefits and made these demons their sect elders. Some of the demons agreed. Being an elder for nothing meant that they could obtain a lot of resources. It was a good deal. But when a sect leader of a demonic sect suggested, "Lord Demon, since all of you are already out in the world, why don't you join forces and go to the imperial capital of the Yuha God dynasty? Let the emperor of the Yuha God dynasty divide a huge territory for us so that we can nurture the forces of our demonic sect and return to our previous glory." The expressions of the demons froze as they looked at the sect leader in shock. "What did you say?" a demon asked in surprise. "Go to the imperial capital to look for the emperor of the Yuha God dynasty and ask him to give up a piece of land to us," the sect leader repeated. A demon's expression changed drastically and he couldn't help but exclaim, "Are you mad? That demon King Zhao was just suppressed by that expert from there. There is an extremely terrifying existence in the imperial capital of the Yuha God dynasty. Are you sending us to our deaths?" Another demon questioned loudly. The imperial capital of the Yuha God dynasty, was that a place that they could freely roam? In the hearts of these demons, that place was definitely the most terrifying place in the world. They wouldn't dare to take a risk without sufficient confidence in their victory. That would simply be tantamount to suicide. "Don't talk to us about dealing with the Yuha God dynasty. For the next few years or more, don't become enemies with the Yuha God dynasty," a demon said firmly. They were truly afraid of Lin Jufeng. The sect leader of this demonic sect was dumbfounded. Was the guardian deity of the Yuha God dynasty really that terrifying? Thanks for listening. The story continues shortly. This was read to you by Erebus.